Hello and welcome to Lord Lukan. Time to give your lockup some love with some of this.
I'm a liar, I'm a gambler, I'm a control freak,
Yep. Then flashback Rachel does a bit of foreshadowing.
You're supposed to believe what I tell you.
You were just in prison for 10 years. How can you be trusted?
And Mikey relives some jail stuff.
I had a stroke in prison.
Well, you know, what happens in jail stays in jail.
He really need to see a doctor right about now. I don't think he's all the way.
A pleasant day to you, dear viewer. I've had one of those little mind wobbles over the last few months, and I've been seeing a lovely lady who told me that the Lord Lukan face is actually damaging for my mental health, because it means I don't deal with my own self-esteem issues. Previously, you see, I'd need a couple of bottles of wine to feel like I was fun enough to do all this YouTube stuff. And when I stopped drinking, I got a wee bit destroyed by all that shyness and, head stuff. One upside though, I've gone from this to this. So, to you dearest viewer, this episode is dedicated to you people who have written to me and told you your troubles. To you people who have tried to hide your troubles, often because they're the strength that others rely on. But we love you, you know. Anyway, enough of that. Let's give this thing a bash, shall we? Back to the intro. Thank you to those who have subscribed, you beautiful people, and a rub down from Pablo to the members of the Lukan Manor. New feature in the episodes is a favourite comment from the previous video. And so this episode, the winner is Any Soldier 74 with Hammer Time. We're back with a Lalu crowd this week and we're off to see what's happening with Chelsea and Mikey. And 3 days into freedom, Mikey's off to see his daughter.
She is the light of my world, and it's crazy to know that I created her.
Always so amazed that I've managed to conceive. Well, blimey, Jolene. I done did another baby out of my penis. Yes, you did, yeah, congratulations. And, babies are generally quite cute. Not as cute as my kids, obviously. But I'm sure that like any parent, you may have rocked up to collect your angel. And for some reason, the kid that looks like Brad Pitt Jr. gets collected by Quasimodo in Lycra gym gear. 'Cause, their favourite machine is the vending one. But Mikey explains that he only bought the stolen car that he was incarcerated for stealing because, children.
To go to Indiana to see them.
Look at that shifty look that he does at the end there. Everyone loves kids though, and they're all so different. Now that's shiftier than a shifty thing like with cars and stuff. All I know is you stick a key in this and, magic happens. And you move forward. And that's all I need to know. Thank you very much.
These fits are becoming reoccurring, and I'm just wondering, when they're going to stop.
Hang on, the relationship is a bit crap and full of conflict, and you're just gonna wonder when it'll end, not actually do anything about it. Wish I'd have thought of that, then I could just blame luck for all my problems. Yeah, sorry my shit hasn't sorted itself out, it's the problems to solve, Anyway, the whole Mikey and whoever story is pretty dull right now, so let's go see what crazy Sharae's up to. Yep, standard Sharae. And today she's got a friend over for a couple of sherbets.
Sunny and I actually worked together. She was a
left curtain and Sharae was the right curtain.
So we literally were together all the time.
And they're getting ready for a super amazing party, where the dad and bonus dad totally won't be unaliving each other.
Oh, that is cute. And then I got these shoes.
Shoes? Yeah, those are some lovely knee-high shoes you've got going on there. I can imagine when she got home from shopping, she said, well, I didn't buy much, it's just a new pair of shoes.
I am paying roughly $5,000.
$5,000? Okay, well, let's see what $5,000 gets us. But right now, it's all about the outfit.
Okay, let me show you what I got. Okay, is this a little bit of nothing?
Well, it looks like it might have been at some point in time, yes. Well, how does that work then? Head through there, boob through there?
We're gonna actually do my makeup right here. Okay.
But don't worry, wardrobe malfunction fans. It's all under control. Bit less motorboat, bit more bloody great paddle steamer. Anyway, Sharae, who still looks like she threaded her necklace through her ears and didn't bother anything in the middle, is totally fine with spending $5,000 on a party that she's personally sabotaged. Great work there, Sharae. Right then, let's see what Derek and Joynami and Redd are up to. And as Redd is now out of prison, he wants to settle down with his new lady.
You know what I mean? I'm ready to take it to the next level, really get my independence. And
yeah, I'll be making that face too.
Okay.
But Redd's mum is one of those decent mums. One of those mums that everybody loves.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Well, like an auntie, of course.
None other than Lord Lukan.
I love auntie. Anyway, Redd's got it covered.
And I'm going straight into dad mode. And
Which means what exactly? Going out for milk and coming back 10 years later? But Mikey's all ready to rock. But Mikey's all ready to rock and wants to get his little groove on.
I read a lot of magazines, a lot of Playboys and stuff, what women like.
Ah, the ancient art of lady pleasing. So Mikey goes to show Joynami his special moves.
Mutella.
What's the word?
Peanut butter.
And we head over to see what Seth Rogen's dad's up to. And he's having to dig himself out of the promises he made to Brittney regarding the last $700 he said he had for her. But totally not gold diggy Brittney, just wants that back. And the next excuse is...
Especially not when you've had fraud, and I haven't even reported it.
You haven't reported the fraud, but you had fraud.
Yes, of course, the old did a fraud thing. Because that's totally believable. And we're to believe that someone is using his card to gamble. But he's not reported it because... And this guy was a police officer. Albeit one of those police officers that other police officers protected because he had addiction to drugs. Good job, you guys.
An online gambler?
Here's you, clearly. How stupid does he think we are? But Brittney's played this game before and is starting to think that...
Everything's a lie.
Whatever. Here y'all go.
Time for plan B. If it's going badly, get your sexy bits out and show her what she's missing. Don't know about you, but I think I'm pregnant now. But totally not gold diggy Brittney. Doesn't want to appear too gold diggy.
It makes me look like I'm a gold digger because I'm asking him.
Telling him that you want a couple of grand in your own credit card? Yeah, that's not at all gold diggy. But as always, they're as bad as each other. He's a pathological liar who made promises he can't deliver, sure. But she's a total gold digging faker. And frankly, they're welcome to each other.
But that's not the case.
Sure it isn't. Also, have you noticed that she does a chameleon thing with her eyes? See? Creepy. After Andy finished throwing his toys out of his pram and had a good sulk outside, but, kind of in view so we can see who's paying him attention.
What are we doing, Brittney? We need to know.
Well, if we use the old Spears scale to represent your relationship with Brittney, I'd say we're right about the head shaving level.
Just start being honest with me. That's what we're doing right now.
All I've done is be honest with you.
Yeah, sure, if you forget the bit about lying about being a single dad, admitting the whole drug addiction thing while you were pretending it was only your ex-wife, or being with that other woman when you met Brittney, or the money thing, but forgetting all that, he's been totally honest,
There's cracks in your story.
I think they probably found less crack in Robert Downey Jr.'s glove box. But Seth's sticking to his story.
That's an opinion, but I know the facts.
Facts, huh? Well, I hope you never charged anybody using those facts of his.
I'm a liar, I'm a gambler, I'm a control freak, I'm a...
Yup.
Who the hell knows? I probably killed Jimmy Hoffa at this point, for Christ's sake. I mean...
Who? Jimmy Hopper? Interesting thing about Jimmy Hopper. The guy who disappeared mysteriously. His middle name was Riddle.
I fulfilled things for her that no other human being would ever even dream of doing.
Like what exactly? He says that like he's walked to the ends of the earth for her. But I bet he just means that he fed her habits while he was inside. Anyway, let's leave these two here and dive back to see what Monique and Derek to Joynami and Mikey are up to.
We had a very Darrison bite. Let's go to Terrace and look for the bit. They have the pet.
I'm coming to New Mexico.
I say they're doing the in-car view like they did with Mo and Dirty D. It's a bit like the camera angle they use in My 10-Ton Life, where they intentionally film people from the most undignified angle they could possibly find. Anyway, Drippy Red has decided he's all grown up and is leaving to be with Joynami. He read all about adulting and Playboy and stuff. Therefore, he must have a totally balanced perspective on the world.
Wait a minute. You might leave tomorrow.
But why stay with this welcoming and loving family? We can go off and make a perfectly dysfunctional one of your own. Especially now he's got a child to consider. Well, it's not actually his child. She may have accidentally got all pregnant with that guy who accidentally popped his pinto in her privet.
But we your family, you need to stay here and
Bond with us.
But one of the bestest moms on the show isn't pleased about it.
10 years I've been through hell and back. 10 years. And you mean to tell me you're going to jump up and go to New Mexico in 2 days?
And Redd isn't fazed and says it's all about, I don't know, his life or something.
My wife is my life. My son is my life. This is my life. I'm setting up shop for my life.
So, definitely about his life, you know.
This is my life.
Yep, alright, got the message. Oh, and if anyone sees a pair of silk boxes lying around, please do let me know. I seem to have lost mine.
I'm out of here.
And Olderwood's sister had had enough and chucked her chair about to make sure you know she's jolly annoyed about it. Not to be outdone, little sis does a little drama and chucks her chair about too.
Family, I love y'all.
Well, she kind of accidentally knocks it over, really.
Yeah.
But she makes good optics. And you don't want to have to turn around and go, whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to knock that over, but I'm still jolly annoyed at you. And then little bro thinks he'd better do the same thing too. But, you know, he wasn't as committed to it as the other ones. Plus, he's got that crappy metal chair. I bet they have a fight over Thanksgiving as to who gets the uncomfortable spare chair. Anyway, even the person on Zoom is hung up, and Mum goes off to find a chair to give the old Steve Wilkos treatment.
Yes.
Right then, back to Amanda and Mikey, and their story's all a bit... Doesn't she look a bit like what would happen if you melted Juliette Lewis? And Juliette Lewis looks more like Demi Moore than Demi Moore these days. Anyway, she's worried about him being faithful, but don't worry. He's got one thing that above all else will guarantee his commitment. I'm not going to cheat on you because tattoo. I've got the Russian word for banana on my leg. Odd story, one for another time. But that doesn't mean I'm long and slightly curved. Well, you know. Anyway, because he's got loyalty written on his arm, he thinks that this means he's really serious in everything. Right, well, okay then. That's totally fine then, I guess. He's got a tattoo, and that's fine. Well, good. Moving on then. So much wrong with her answer. Okay, so first of all, she says it to a guy who's going deaf, so, you know, that's good for his self-esteem. But also she says, I think hearing guys are better, which pretty much says she's already given them a shot over the years, even though she pulls the face. And anyway, what about the sense of hearing would make you better in the boudoir? It's not like it give you an advantage, is it? Us hearing guys aren't going about using sonar to locate the clitoris, or, you know, have to listen for the squelchy bits to know you're on the right track. Can't say though, being deaf post-coitus wouldn't be an altogether a bad thing sometimes, but I can't see a downside to being deaf in bed personally. And I do think she's being a bit of a snake to the deaf community, suggesting that deaf guys are unappealing. She's not exactly, well, an unmelted Juliette Lewis. So now let's go to the Atlantic Highlands in New Jersey to see flashback Rachel, who's having a problem with the man-child she ordered.
I left and I must have took his brain with me because he doesn't know how to do anything, apparently.
He's lucky he's good looking, really, isn't he?
You remember we were talking about that I need to eat more fish?
And now he needs $4,500 to get his teeth fixed, which flashback Rachel is taking care of. But don't worry, like Mikey has a tattoo, Louis has a word.
Give you my word.
Well, thank God.
I quite like that how she's not under any pretense that this mastermind is going to deliver anything really.
And I've been keeping them up, have I not?
Not, clearly. But for some reason she's seeing value in him. Nothing to do with the TV show, of course, you know, the limelight, the followers, or the couple of grand you make from the show. Although he might be stupid, he does seem pretty harmless. And he's not exactly smart enough to cheat on you, you know, very well. So you'd know he'll get caught instantly.
I got a surprise for you.
Oh dear, this is always good. One of the Lalu boys buying anything, or, you know, prepping their motel room with rose petals and cheap stuffed animals. Is always a source of curiosity and fun for me. Okay, so a surprise. Let's see it then.
I did something that I feel like will actually make you feel like I'm stepping in the right direction.
Any sentence that starts, I did something that I thought, it's often more of a confession than a conversation. It also says that you realise you did a bad thing, but you're not being specific about the timing of that realisation, because that would be incriminating.
Yeah, what is that? Whose is that?
That's my new car.
So he's decided to drop $5,000 on a new car, straight after asking for $4,500 to fix his teeth. And flashback Rachel loves that.
I want you to be independent, Louis, not an idiot.
And Lady Gaga flashback Rachel Jersey Shore isn't happy.
Spending his last $5,000 on a hunk of junk? is not a surprise that's going to make me happy.
Yeah, who cares really? She's unhappy, that makes good TV. And we slide off to see what's happening with Mikey, who's barking up the old sexual intercourse tree again.
This for the long haul, so if it takes 4 months or it takes 4 years.
4 years? Well, that'll pickle your walnuts. But we don't hang around long as we're trundling back to New Jersey. And I think I like flashback Rachel's sister.
What does he have to offer?
Yeah, I like her sense of humor. And the rest is like blah blah, poor me and stuff.
Not a drug addict anymore. He was. He will always be an addict.
But you gotta check out how much of a pro her masseuse is. Look at this. Her sister goes for a dramatic breakdown and grabs a tissue and there it is. To the face in seconds. What a pro. Beautiful. Can't say the same for old fanny pants over there though. What kind of massage is that supposed to be? Some kind of a bit too scared to touch you kind of massage. Hello, yes, I'd love the incel massage, please. As a New Jersey girl, I would have thought she'd be used to looking back over her shoulder and demanding more vigorous action. Then he's back to it.
Like, I get.
Come on, Barry, give it some welly, son. I know that this is only an entry-level massage, and yeah, you're probably not supposed to use your whole hand and whatever. But I want someone getting in there and smashing some stuff up, not namby-pambying around. Anyway, flashback Rachel states a bit of the obvious.
Maybe he's not gonna be the man that I wanted.
No shit. Then for some reason we go back to Chelsea and Mikey. But I think I know why. It's because Mikey here is a budding musician. He bought a keyboard and everything.
Started playing chords and writing my own little music on it.
I've got to hear his songs. Come on, Mikey, give us a tune.
Hey guys, can I help you with something?
Yeah, I actually play piano a little bit, so...
I can't tell you how excited I am. Mikey's gonna do a singing. Then you know how excited us Brits get.
Congratulations, the Cure Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees 2019. Are you as excited as I am?
By the sounds of it, no.
I'm so looking forward to this. I am literally on the edge of my seat. Thing is though, because she's deaf, he can be like, yeah, it was so amazing. Oh, if only you could have heard how great I was. But Dirty Dave the shop owner's got some... But Dirty Dave the shop owner's got some of his own cheeky ideas.
Why don't you have her come over here and sit on the amplifier?
Calm down, Dave, you dirty old man. I bet you say that to all the young women. Would you like to sit on my amp? Because he hits the low notes. We all know what he's trying to do. What the hell are we actually watching now? Some woman trying to get off while Mikey's showing off his Casio. Most probably.
You let me know if you need anything else.
Well, that speaker might need a wipe, but I think we're all good, thanks, Dave. Anyway, Mikey, the floor's yours. Then they cut it for some reason. Well, the reason was probably something to do with it being an absolute racket, most likely. But it's not fair, I wanted to watch the whole performance.
With music being my passion, it's tough. Like, if I had to sacrifice that, I would for this relationship.
Oh, it's so gracious of him to give up his music for his love and family. Wow. Well, you never know, maybe Moko will sign him.
Can you feel my voice? Can you? Yeah, deep.
Yeah, you would say that though, wouldn't you? If someone asks if your voice is deep, you'd be like, yeah, you know, they call me Mikey Barry White, you know. It's like if someone had never seen a willy before and asks you, ooh, is this a big one? Most men would probably say, yes, it's massive, I'm practically disabled. But don't worry, rap fans, they saved us a bar of wow.
I tell you each and every day you're beautiful, you're fine, and every time I look at you, I can't believe you're mine.
All right then, okay, yeah, okay. Back over to Georgia to see what Seth Rogen's dad is up to. Well, he's finally put a smile on totally not gold diggy Brittney's face. Oh yes, she's got her way and Shrek's had to fork out a few $100. And of course she's graceful enough to count his money out in front of him.
2, 3.
And that looks like it feels really good. Oh yeah, that's the face of a man who's trying to dislodge that testicle that's just been kicked somewhere into his chest area. And ladies, we may not have to bear the rigors of childbirth, but there's nothing quite like the pain you get when your jingle jangles are in a twist.
I'll do whatever it takes to make you happy.
So now she has some money. Well, she's 200 short, but is she happy now?
It's just the fact that he lied this entire time. So his intentions were really not to give me any money at all.
So she's annoyed because the man she's deceptively using for money was being deceptive. Who would have thought it? Bloody well welcome to each other. And you know, that sweet smiley face is all just an act. Except when she's counting money, of course.
I ain't saying she a gold digger.
Because that well-worn crease in her forehead that appears when she gets angry, combined with that frowny faceness, is all symptomatic of a true bitch. And I think these two can be summed up in one video of two children. So Brittney's just building up to her next performance of The Victim.
I can't leave in that car that he says is mine. It's in his name.
Yes, you can if you're insured.
I can't take the phone that he said he bought me.
Yes, you can. It's a gift.
And even call my kids right now, because that phone's over $500.
You're blaming him for not calling your own kids because $500?
Today's word of the day is wankstain.
On what planet does that make sense? If she's got paperwork, then there won't be any limits on her. So why would she get arrested for carrying a phone worth of more than $500? That makes no sense.
And I'll get arrested with a felony charge again.
Okay, so in Georgia, the threshold for a misdemeanor to felony charge for theft is $1,500, which I guess probably equates to roughly the cost of a new iPhone. But that would be predicated on the fact that he would have had to have reported it stolen. She's even got footage of them being given as gifts though. So it's all fallen into place. She used her smiley girly charm to snare this broke-ass guy. She got him to give her everything she needs to leave him. The car, the cash, the clothes, the phone.
Miss, what are you doing?
I'm getting my stuff.
She sets up the victim angle thanks to Shrek's inability to tell the whole truth, and now she can leave on a cloud of righteous indignation and blame everybody else for having to do it. Not bad for your first couple of days out of prison, but she's not going to leave this cash cow that easily. There's much more guilt to be milked out here.
I just want to be with my kids right now.
So what, so you leaving?
Well, steady on there. She doesn't want to be with her kids that much.
I'm disappointed here.
Not enough to actually leave this guy who is as bad as she says he is.
You set yourself up for disappointment by lying.
About what?
About what? He has no self-awareness.
About the fraud, about your relationship with your kids, about...
Oh, yes, Brittney's keeping notes.
None of that was lies.
So the whole of that last season, you know, when you vomited up all that backstory, then your own daughters totally blew you out in public. Yeah, that didn't actually happen, apparently. We're all just caught in some weird fantasy dream all dreamed up by a gold digger.
I just want to get out, you know, and let him go on about his life and me go on about my life, and it be that.
Mission accomplished. I think I need a wash after watching those two. Let's go see what Joynami and Redd are doing. Well, he's going to New Mexico, and it's too soon for the family who flung chairs about. Yet another sister turns up.
What's going on?
And says a bunch of stuff, but I couldn't help but catch their snappy little photo of a young Redd on the wall. Oh, look at that, riding his little pony. But Mama's not happy.
She never came and seen you, but I came and seen you. 10 years, I don't care how the weather was. Them dark rolls.
Yeah, you tell him, Mama. But he's more interested in his stuffed crust than his mother's heart.
Dark
that I took.
Yeah.
His lack of empathy for her is so irritating and disrespectful.
Okay, you keep saying your wife, but I'm just saying you just got out too. Ain't nobody disrespecting her.
And we could. Oh, yes, we could if we wanted to. So he leaves and Mama gives us a solid line to end the episode.
He really need to see a doctor right about now. I don't think he's all the way.
And that's it for today, my beautiful viewer. Thanks for your patience while I work on some stuff in my life. I'll keep posting and I'd love to see you again next time. Maybe have a little looky at one of these little beauties. So until next time, stay beautiful. Love to my three. You take care of yourself.